Here in Dublin, on Sunday gone, 4 days ago, a man was punched in the face shortly after leaving a pub. This was on the national news, and it has been on the national news and various political magazine type programs ever since. Now, if I'm not a person who drinks, but if I went out for a drink tonight and I got a punch in the face, I don't think it would be on the news. But I'm not gay, and this man was. Now, the following day, it was announced on the radio, this was the Monday, that there was a special meeting of government ministers taking place to discuss the rapid, the speeding up of hate speech legislation. And of course, all the usual culprits were coming out demanding hate speech and talking about how we cannot tolerate this hatred, etc., etc. Now, yesterday or the day before yesterday, it was on the news that apparently 2 men, separately apparently, were murdered. And while it has not been announced officially, it seems likely that these 2 men were gay. And so, if it turns out that a man is being questioned by the police, some guy of 20, now if it turns out that this guy didn't like gay people, or said the wrong thing when he was killing them, we're going to have real mass hysteria, and we will have our hate speech laws before we have time to even think about it. Now, in Ireland today, some people are more valued than others. If you're gay, black, a woman, an immigrant, transgender, you matter more than if you're just an ordinary Irish person. And it's almost certain now we will have our hate speech laws very, very soon. And, people often argue or debate about where is the red line. At what point does a democratic society turn into a dictatorship? Well, the answer to that is very simple. It's hate speech laws. Once you bring in hate speech laws, that's the end of democracy. That's officially the end of free speech. Things are bad here in Ireland. They're really, really bad. And, for most of my life, up until roughly 15 years ago, every single political party in Ireland was totally opposed to hate speech laws. Now, hate speech laws have existed in Communist Russia, Communist China, Nazi Germany, and just about every dictatorship that has ever existed. Hate speech laws are the hallmark of totalitarian societies. So, when we get our hate speech laws, then our days as a democracy is over. We're finished. And it would seem that the vast majority of Irish people will go along with this. And all of this, of course, will happen with zero discussion. There won't be one debate on television as to the rights or wrongs of hate speech laws or the possible dangers. Ordinary Irish people, they won't be consulted. But most of them will probably be tripping over themselves to be on the right side of history, to show how tolerant and liberal they are, and they will be supporting these laws. But, this is the end of Ireland as a civilised society, as a free society. And just in case, I generally don't think people are stupid, but just in case there are one or two stupid people who watch this video, then let me leave you with one thought. These hate speech laws are aimed primarily at white people, white males in particular. But if you're gay, they will come after you. If you're a woman, they will come after you. If you're an immigrant, they will come after you. If you're black, they will come after you. There's no exemption to hate speech laws. If you're black or gay or transgender and you have the wrong opinion, if you value free speech, well, you won't be listened to. Everyone at the end of the day will suffer under these hate speech laws. They are a disaster, an absolute disaster. So, and there's nothing we can do about any of this. There will be no discussion, zero. And the media will not permit any discussion of this. And this goes to show you just how criminal our media are. They are criminal, truly criminal. And if this political situation should ever turn around, these people deserve to be hung from lampposts. They really do. As I said, fascism is a word people throw around, but it's the only word I can use to describe this thing. And, the people behind this, they are essentially fascists. And we're heading into bad times, really bad times. Everything is only going to get worse. And ultimately, you are to blame because you are letting it happen.